I'm going to be diving into some specific data points right now. This is a spreadsheet that I came up with. This has data points on a bunch of different financial institutions. So for today's video, I wanted to go over minority depository institutions. And specifically, today we're going to be going over Cathay Bank, if you guys can see right here. This is just in order of the largest minority depository institutions in the country. And this is a untapped resource when it comes to business financing, right? Because a lot of these institutions, they don't really market that well. And so, you might not know that they have all different types of special lending programs. So I'm actually going to be going over Cathay Bank. Now, Cathay Bank, as you can see right here, they have about $19 billion in assets. I was able to get a business line of credit with Cathay Bank. They have 3 different programs right here. So they have the Smart Micro Loan, the Smart Capital Loan, and then the Premium Smart Capital Loan. Their underwriting is very thorough, right? Depending on your time in business, and by time and minimum years in business, you should really think of it as, years of business tax returns filed. That's pretty much what they're going to go based off of. So there's no geographic restrictions technically. However, if you do want to open up an account with them, you would have to close in a branch. They don't have branches in every state, but they do have them in a lot of metro areas. California is one of them, Maryland. So like, for example, they don't have any branches in like Virginia or DC. Or if you are a business owner in any of those states, you can still open up an account. You would just have to go in branch to close on all the documents. The Smart Micro Loan this is going to be the easiest one. And even though it says loan, you can opt for a loan or line of credit. Smart Capital Loan, Premium Smart Capital Loan or line of credit, they will be asked for tax returns and bank statements. So let's just go over, kind of my experience and what I actually went through when I got a business line of credit. So I was able to get a line of credit for $50,000. You do have to open up a business checking account with them. So you're not going to be able to apply for a business line of credit without having a business checking account. So that's the first thing. If this is something you're interested in, establishing a relationship with, you will have to get a business checking account because it's required that the payments are auto debited through your checking account with Cathay Bank. So you can't make payments from an outside financial institution. So you do get some type of relationship rewards. I think it's like an interest rate reduction on the line of credit if you have at least $25,000 in deposits. Not to say that you have to put $25K in, but I know at that level, that's when you get, I think it's like half a point reduction in the rate for the line of credit. So I just went ahead and did that. And then they also waive the monthly maintenance fee on the business checking account. So technically I'm in this program right here, right? So here's a little caveat with Cathay Bank, because they actually offered me a higher amount. They offered me $75,000. But the reason why I didn't take $75K is because when you're in this level right here, the Premium Smart Loan, they actually require a UCC1 filing. So for those who don't know what a UCC1, they pretty much want a first lien position on your business assets. So just a blanket lien on your business assets. Now, one of the challenges with UCCs is that sometimes it can make it difficult for you to secure subsequent business capital, right? Because if certain lenders, they want that first position. If you stay at 50,000 or less, they're not going to do a UCC1. The other data points that they required, I did have to provide the last 3 business bank statements, right? I did provide 2 years of personal and business tax returns. And one of the things they also do, which kind of sucks, is they do a 4506C, right? 4506C. This is pretty much just a tax transcript request from the IRS. A lot of the institutions where I've gotten business lines of credit, a handful of them did not do a 4506C or a 4506T. I would say maybe half did a 4506C, which is not an issue if you're filing your taxes. That's just one data point to keep in mind. In terms of like how they determine your line of credit, what I like about Cathay Bank is that they max out your line of credit at 15% of your gross annual revenue. So for example, and I don't have a calculator with me right now, but I did go over the math with one of the branch supervisors, or not the one of the business loan specialists at Cathay Bank. And so basically, let's say you want to get that $50,000 business line of credit to stay under the UCC1 filing requirement, right? So if the most you can get without a UCC one is 50,000. So let's say that's your goal. You want to get that 50,000 without having that lien put on your business. The revenue that you would have to qualify at a minimum, and I believe it's like $333,000. And correct me if my math is off. And actually, let me just check this real quick. Let me see if this is actually, so times 0.15. About 50,000. Okay, so that's correct. So pretty much, if you want that $50,000 line of credit, you would basically need to have a gross revenue of at least $333,000. So that's just an important data point for you to consider. But, you know, I just wanted to share these data points. Oh yeah, I forgot. So they also do pull your credit. So they're going to be pulling your Experian FICO 8. So they use Experian FICO 8. So let's just recap real quick. Cathay Bank, Minority Depository Institution, they're really aggressive in trying to get their loans out. You know, I spoke with the branch manager actually, and it seems like they're pretty thirsty for business deposits, right? And so I think this is a good relationship bank if you're able to move some money over there. Now, I wouldn't necessarily make this your primary bank just because they have limited availability throughout the country. And again, there's no restriction on geographic location. Just keep in mind, if this is something that you want to consider, you will have to go in branch to close on, you know, the majority of this. The Smart Micro Loan, which goes up to 10,000, you have to be in business at least 1 year. The Smart Capital Loan or line of credit. So the website says loan, but it could be a line of credit. You have the option 2 years time in business, or, you know, 2 years of tax returns. Really, that's really what it means. And then the Premium Smart Loan, which is 3 years of, you know, tax returns. Technically, they're all going to require tax returns, right? They want to see your tax returns, 3 months of business bank statements. Obviously, with the Smart Micro Loan, you're not going to have 2 years. So it's just going to be your most recent year of tax returns. They're going to pull your Experian, and they're also going to do a 4506C, right? So you have to fill out that form, give them permission to pull your tax transcripts. I'm not necessarily endorsing or recommending it. If this is something that, you know, fits in, like I said, I do much of this just to gather information to understand the process, but that's pretty much it. And so far, so good. Their interest rates are competitive so it is a variable APR. And I think when I closed on it, it was about, I want to say like 8.5%. It's probably gone up since then. But yeah, those are the data points. So just to recap, 3 months of business bank statements, a hard pull on Experian, and I believe you need at least a 700 FICO score 8. They're going to request tax returns, and they will do a 4506C. So that's pretty much, you know, the data points. And again, they will give you a maximum of 15% of your gross revenue, not your net, but your gross revenue for the previous year in the form of a line of credit, right? That's pretty much all I wanted to provide in terms of Cathay Bank.